I want to talk about how being part of a BNI networking group really changes your life in a lot of different ways for the better. And it's not just about getting new referrals to your business. You definitely do that, and it's a great return on investment. And I've made videos in the past about how important it is when you're first starting a business or when you want to start increasing your sales for your business, increasing your exposure. It's so great to join a networking group, and BNI is one of the most popular ones out there. It is the number one networking group out there with the most structure in it that I recommend doing that. But this video is all about how I've grown personally in a lot of other ways that you don't necessarily realize until you've been into it for a long time. So I just finished my full year of BNI presidency. I was the president of the Networking Pros chapter here in Las Vegas for the last year. Just finished that and passed the torch to another person. But that gave me a lot of chance to run a group and be responsible, and a lot of leadership training and roles that came from that, which I'm really grateful for. You know, there's a lot of different moving parts and everybody's coming to you for all these different questions and managing things. And that's great for me because, you know, in my business, I do run a team of people, and it's, you know, I do have to, you know, I'm the boss with those people, but, you know, I'm not necessarily the boss as a president, but you're kind of taking on those roles of leadership, and you're working together with people in a kind of a different way than I normally do in my business. So that really helped me grow from a leadership standpoint. I had to run the meetings. I have to introduce guests. I have to have timing and public speaking skills, really work on my public speaking skills. So I really like that, but those are pretty obvious. One of the things that really helps me feel better about myself and my maturity is just the way that I've learned about all these other industries and gotten to become somewhat of a micro expert on a lot of industries like life insurance and, you know, insurances in general, and planning and business management and marketing and things like that. Like, I've taken so much better care of myself from an insurance standpoint and from a management standpoint, and taking care of the business in so many different ways, marketing and management and planning, things like that, that I've learned from these other experts in their field. And they do, you know, every week is a presentation, a 20-minute presentation from a different expert, where I get to learn about the ins and outs of their specific field. And that really helps mature me. I know so much more about the mortgage industry. I know about the real estate market. I know about these things that you're going to gain this perspective in BNI that just helps well round you and mature you in ways that you won't even realize it until it comes out. You may be having a conversation with a friend or a family member, and all of a sudden they're talking about wanting to buy a home, and then you know, oh, I know what the interest rates are doing. I know whether it's a good time to buy, good time to sell, if it's good for both sides. I know what people are giving. You know, you're just more insightful, where you more in your normal day-to-day, you might not pay attention to those things. And it definitely was at my way for life insurance. Like, I saw a post recently from a friend who he sells life insurance. I've actually bought a policy from him. He was in my BNI chapter, and talking about how when you insure your children with a life insurance policy, they become more insurable in the future. So I thought that was really interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know it builds like your insurability score when you, as a youth, have insurance policies. So like that little nugget of information, I don't know, if it wasn't for BNI, I wouldn't even have any clue about that. I wouldn't be covered as well as I'm covered. I wouldn't have the information I would know as much as I know. And you know, that's part of growth and maturing, and like getting educated in ways that you don't even think you're getting educated, because you just go to the meetings and you just network and you listen and you talk to people. But BNI is such a great value, Business Networking International. If you're not part of a networking group right now, and you want to grow your business and you want to grow yourself personally, I highly recommend going and visiting a local BNI chapter, visit a few of them, and join one of them. It's not that big of a commitment as far as cost. It's not that big of a commitment as far as time. You can do this. I know you have the time. It's the same as if you have time to watch Netflix shows. You know, you dedicate yourself to watching a whole Netflix season. You can dedicate yourself to going to a BNI for an hour and a half a week. It's not that big a deal. And look at how much your life will grow from it. So this is Joe Phil with SkyPoint Studios. Hopefully this has been insightful to my experiences in BNI, and hopefully it encourages you to want to try out a networking group, and BNI I think is a great one to do that. And as always, I love to bring you information about business and technology and web design. I run SkyPoint Studios. We're a web design agency, and we love to help people succeed online. And then that's comes with a holistic approach to all different parts of business and life. So thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.